sprint to change how education works. So I want to talk about the sprint, but I also want to talk about our Educate for Life community in general, because our community is just getting started. We started end of 2018, coming together, a group of people from around the world, from all walks of life, who all strongly believe that education really has to change. The way our systems are set up, the way we experience education being delivered in so many ways. We believe we can be part of that change. We believe we can create a better future. We don't want to wait for somebody else to do it. This community has grown very quickly, and you are part of this growth because you're watching this video. So first of all, a warm thank you for being part of Educate for Life. It means a lot to have you on board. It means a lot to have your contributions, your ideas, your feedback, or just have you around. We know that every day represents new tasks, new challenges, both at professional and personal level. Not every day it's possible to contribute as much as we wanted to the community effort. But collectively, when everybody puts a little bit in on a weekly basis, this amounts to a lot of idea sharing, a lot of knowledge sharing, a lot of support of each other's ideas and initiatives, and this makes a big difference. We want to continue the Educate for Life Educate for Life community. We want to do more than just continue it. We are on a mission. We believe in the next 20 years we can create entirely new ways that education can be created, delivered and captured by anyone, adult or children. We believe we can do this, and we want you to be part of it on the long term. We're playing a long game here. So this is so much more than a 12-week sprint. Looking forward to all the upcoming activities, such as ideally weekly community calls with inspiring people, captivating discussions, and sharing knowledge, ideas and thoughts on anything even remotely related to education, which is pretty much everything in our world, in my opinion. So I look very much forward to this. Now I wanted to talk about our sprint, and I'm out jogging here this morning in early May, and everybody who has ever been jogging, and I hope that's all of us, had the opportunity. We know that sometimes when you go running, you have the energy, the motivation to sprint, right? Quickly advance, and then you stop. You get ready for the next sprint. Or sometimes you want to do the marathon, or some do a lot more than that, right? That's a different strategy. You prepare yourself to keep going at whatever pace that is your pace, but it's a long game, and a sprint, when we come to the end, always feel like a marathon more than a sprint. And I believe I said this when we started our 12-week sprint. I did mention this, but at that time it sounded a bit like a funny comment, right? Except it's not. It is the truth. But having said that, even though we feel 12 weeks is a long time, it's a lot of assignments, it's a lot of work, but it's the fastest possible way that you can validate an idea, whether it makes sense to invest in it or not. Or if you want to continue to experiment with your idea, what should you do next? What do you want to test and validate next? And obviously there's no straight line between A and B, and we all know that. It's a zigzag It's a continuous test of new hypotheses that we define based on what we learn when we get out of the building and talk to people out there. If we're interested in children's education, go talk to the children. Go talk to the parents, go talk to the teachers and everybody else who are part of the education system. And also, maybe especially those who are not part of the system anymore, because they didn't fit in, they couldn't fit in. They gave up. They gave up in the education system. Many who are adults today had experiences from their childhood that changed them forever, that changed how they see everything. That some had very disappointing experiences of not being supported, of not being understood, and others felt that they accomplished something big by actually going through their education despite all the challenges. There's so much we can do to improve the environment of the education systems and how we all get access to educational services. But it's not easy. A sprint is a really powerful methodology to quickly test an idea, quickly learn about what to do about it. But it's not easy. It takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of the right people around you. So it takes community building, it takes team building. It's about motivating each other when we get tired of doing the work. And if we get tired and if we decide not to go back to our idea and our team, is it because this problem was not important for us to solve? That could very well be, and that's okay, because it's a new learning. It's a learning that maybe this problem was not for me to solve. Somebody else hopefully will work on this. So the next thing I can do is go look for the right problem that I should be solving, because I'm committed to change how education works. And so are you. So I hope this sprint or marathon that has been going on over 12 weeks has given you some learning. You have taken away some inspiration, some thoughts. You have learned whether you're working on the right problem. If you are, have you come closer to a solution? If you have, congratulations. If you have not, congratulations as well. If you, at least you have taken away learning from this experience. And learning is the ultimate outcome. It is of our education. It is of every day of life. We need to spend the day in the way that matters to us, in a way that inspires us, in a way that allows us to work on what we are passionate about. But learning is the ultimate outcome, in my opinion. Learning allows us to grow. It allows us to feel that we can contribute to others. And this is the way that we need to keep evolving as the Educate for Life community. On May 7th, we are wrapping our sprint. The sprint is just really a short-term experience in the new long history of Educate for Life as a community. It's just one of many, many activities. And I hope you are up for sharing what you have learned on this session. Hopefully even present your idea, your project, if your idea is involved into a project. So you are a much appreciated, valued member of our community, and I really look forward to hear from what you have learned, what you have achieved, and that's the same thing. Your achievement is your learning, and I look very much forward to that. When we meet on May 7th is to share our learnings. It's also to share our plans. What is your plan? What problem are you keen to solve, or at least work on with others to solve it, because we cannot do it alone? So the presentations that you're able to deliver, if you wish, on May 7th, will be about your plans. It's about what are your thoughts on next steps in a mission to solve the particular problem that you're working on. What is your plan? What do you need? What kind of resources, human resources or technology resources or financial resources, what is it you need to take yourself and your team to the next step? Maybe it is a team you need, and this is very likely, right? And we really need to have the right team, and the right team late in the evolution of a project is not the same as the team we have in the beginning. We need to have different competences and skills in our teams over time as our project evolves. And this is an important point, I think, of acquiring new skills and competences and keep learning, and also keep connecting with the people who's got the competences and the skills we need at any given time. This is why community is so important, because you will likely find those competences, those skills in your community. So we will talk a lot about plans for next steps. We will see how we can help everybody who presents. We will acquire your feedback both on the call on May 7th and also in surveys that hopefully you will help us to fill and return when we send them to you. It's very important for us to also keep learning, right? We are learning as a community. We are running activities that will hopefully inspire you, that will give you tools and methodologies that can hopefully make a difference in your life as you were part of changing how education works, how we design, create education, deliver education, because we need it. Education has to change. That's what we're here to do, and I'm more motivated than ever to work together to make this happen through a whole series of activities over the next many years. So I look very much forward to connect with you again, to see you on May 7th and beyond. And make sure, if you haven't already, to enjoy the many recordings of community sessions that we have had in the past month here. It's all in our community platform. And continue chatting with each other, continue setting up autonomous sessions on whatever topic that you are inspired to talk about. That's what community is here for. I wish you an amazing Sunday, which it is when I'm recording this video. As you can see, there's a horizon out there, and the horizon can be inspiring and it can be relaxing as well. It's a reminder that we are part of something much bigger than ourselves, but even the mosquito in the tent can be a mighty creature, which is what Dalai Lama famously talked about. So enjoy and keep inspiring, keep seeking inspiration, keep playing, keep believing that we can do this, we can change education. Take care, my friend. See you very soon.